Cookie Garcia. We're going to a pool party in the fest.
You want the wonton which? Woman of Colleen. That's the guy that wrote Cherry Delight. Spiders for $12. I'm in.
I'll be here at least for the first hour. I just confused everybody. Yeah, okay, that's it. Okay, that you place how it used to be. Really? Yes. Yeah, check it out. Go on. I need to make I like the almost Conan like. I mean, that is not Conan. Conan dressed up as a Roman centurion. Give me a break. I mean, it's not even the right world. It's not even the right world. Radio show.
Your attention, please! Back here, the guy in the long ranger jacket.
Oh wow, look at these old Dharma bombs. Oh, that's kind of cool. I want this.
Yeah, I know.
See, I'm almost already caught up. People pervert, you want that one? It's only $8.
We'll see.
You want people
The
pervert?
passionate fruit. Yeah, you know?
It's a cool cover. Slave masters. You're like, get this book out of here, Josh. Those Tales of Terror.
That looks cool cover.
Hate the Blues Brothers. How about the official Star Trek cooking manual? You think there's anything vegan in there?
No. After that episode when they spoke ate meat, oh my god. I was like, what are you doing?
Disgusting.
Right, yeah, you're right. And that's traditionally the way it's always been. You people are going to be, you can take all the time in the world you want. You're going to be a while?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go through everything.
Okay, good. I'm going to step away.
Okay. Yeah, as long as we'll see you. I'll just come let you know.
Yeah, I'll be back eventually, or just come tap me on the shoulder.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know, it's kids.
I know. Zachary's Midnight Snacks. So, excuse me, you people? Oh man, I wish they had another one of these.
Oh, is this dude? The host in that era, you know?
No, I don't know what that is.
It was like vampire, like a viral, you know? a comic, horror house, but it was this dude.
Who was it? What was his name?
Zachary. Zachary. I don't know how to say it.
All right, before we get to the book haul, which I'm going to do like I normally do, I'm going to flip the camera. You don't have to look at my ugly face. I just wanted to say some quick thoughts about our trip to Pulpfest. First off, I live in Ohio, in Dayton. Pulpfest is in Pittsburgh-ish, a little bit north. Like a 4-hour drive. I hate traveling, so maybe next year we can move it a little closer to me. Thanks, guys. We get there. Everyone's very pleasant. I had lots of good experiences with people. They give you a magazine, the Pulpster, this big graphic novel. I'll show all this stuff in the hall. And then they give you, everyone has a name tag. There you go. So you walk around with your lanyard and your name tag, and people will call you by your name. It was so funny because I forgot that I had it on, and people would just be like, "Thanks, Nick." I'd be like, "How do you know my name?" Like, it's on your name tag, idiot. I think my wife said that, actually. Yeah, so like I said, everyone's very pleasant. The only kind of weird thing I got was on the first day, where I was like, this guy had a boxing book, and it was $75. And I said, "You got any more boxing books?" Because it was too much. And he flips it over, he's like, "Oh, $50. I was like, it's still too much, man, but thanks. And he's like, "What, do you want to read it?" And I was like, yeah, actually, I do. And he's like, "Well, I think you can, like, read it online." And just, like, set it back down. Like this was for collecting. So it kind of got the impression, that was on the first day, so I kind of got the impression that, hey, I'm in a different kind of world here. This is like a collector world. But honestly, he was the only person that was like that. When I talked to the rest of the dealers, most of them were just collectors who were sizing down their collection, selling their doubles, stuff like that. I think they just wanted to be there, to be around that environment, because I don't know about you guys, but, you know, I think this is why we make these videos or watch these videos, is because there's not people in our lives to talk about this stuff with. So it was really fun to be in this environment where everyone has this similar interest and have great conversation. You can talk about books. In the video that was already passed, you can hear me talking to one of the dealers about the first Conan the Barbarian with the Roman centurion cover. That guy was really, really awesome. He had lots of great books, and we had more conversation about, like, the acronym SPY, the 60s stuff, and he was really cool. And it was just fun to get to talk about books with people who knew what they were talking about. And also, like, I was looking for certain things, not really that rare, like the Peter Ward series, the E. Howard Hunt Peter Ward series. And I'd ask people, and these, like, older gentlemen who've been doing this for a long time, they're like, "Oh, I haven't heard of that." And it wasn't a shameful thing. And it also made me realize that you can't possibly know everything. Because when you put these videos out, and people will be commenting, whether it's on Facebook or whatever, it always seems like everyone knows everything but you. But I think it's just that some people know certain things. And then when you put it out there, it's not the same person telling you constantly what everything is. So it kind of made me feel better about being a newbie. What else? Oh, I got to meet Bob Dice and Wyatt Doyle from the Men's Adventure Library. That was cool. They were so nice. I got to like just hang out. I just got to hang out with these guys that like sent me books and more talking about books and just fun stuff. They did a great presentation of spicy men's adventure stories because the theme of Pulpfest this year was spicy pulps. That reminds me, you will see a serious lack of pulps in this book haul video. First and foremost, paperback collector. The pulps were they're just more expensive. And, you know, I like lots. If you haven't noticed, I like quantity. So, there's only one pulp. So sorry if you tuned into this thinking like, I'm going to get to look at these great pulps. There's only one. And it's a boxing one, so you're probably going to be like, meh, I wanted Weird Tales. Hey, me too. But they're like $200, so what are you going to do? I had a great conversation with Edgar Rice Burroughs fan. I'm not really interested, but he totally sold me on checking out the John Carter from Mars series. He was just so excited and just like listening to this guy talk about this so passionately. It was like, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's read this. And then I had a conversation about some guy was like, oh, what was the last book you read? And I said, it was Jarrell of Jory. And he was like, oh, and then he talked about some of C.L. Moore's other writing, how it was basically like Han Solo, the first incarnation of Han Solo. And it was lots of fun because I love talking about books. And you know what? You know who else loves talking about books? Secret Fire Books and Paul Mortem. And guess what? There is a new episode of the exclusive Book Society out on Monday, 3 p.m. on Secret Fire's channel, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a special guest, Ira from SF Words of Wonder. It's lots of fun, and you should watch it. There will be links down in the, Hold on a second. Did that camera angle just change? Yes, it did, because I recorded that whole damn thing, and I forgot to tell you what book we were reviewing. Jarrell of Jory, C.L. Moore, female protagonist, sword and sorcery from the 1930s. She was originally a Weird Tales author, and these are all Weird Tales stories. Tune in to find out what we, intelligent gentlemen of the 2024 whatever, just watch it. I'm tired. I'm so tired. How long is this video? God damn it. Oh, just real quick. As you may have noticed in the videos that were shown, my wife mentions we are vegan. So we drove down to Pittsburgh and we went to this great restaurant called Onion Maiden. If you're in Pittsburgh, drive to the top of that mountain. It's worth it. Wonderful. Go check it out. And now, book haul. Go. We're going to start off with the one and only pulp we bought, Fight Stories. The Life and Battles of Jack Sharkey. Man, I love boxing stories. I love boxing. This was very affordable, so this is the only pulp I got. And to be honest, I didn't really flip through the pulps too much that were for sale. There were so many paperbacks, and as previously stated, that's my thing. So, but I did get this one pulp, Fight Stories. And then I wanted to mention that I got this Art of Samson Pollen. This is put out by Men's Adventure Library. I got to meet them. Samson Pollen is passed, but his widow, Jacqueline, was there, and she signed it. This is her. This is what she modeled for this Gothic that he did. It's just real quick. We'll do a little flip through here. He did lots of art for Men's Adventure magazines. As you can see, amazing stuff. Let's get my shadow out of there. There's 3 in the series, I believe, so far. So, But yeah, we'll flip through that when we get to it. This picture they featured in their Spicy Men's Adventure talk when they did the panel. That was a lot of fun. So the reason I just showed that early is because I got finally Hawk #1, the Deadly Crusader, and who did all the artwork on the Hawks but Samson Pollen. So I bought this from Jacqueline Pollen, and I should have asked, but I'm assuming that this came from Samson Pollen's collection, right? Well, like I said, I didn't ask because I'm a slow thinker. I'm definitely the person who's driving away afterwards going, I should have said this. But we got #1. How exciting. All right, sorry for my breathing. I'm having a bad asthma day. But, so we're just going to do this randomly. None of this is in order. I don't know. Whatever I come up with is what I'm going to say. So there we go. Chameleon, the Wrath of Guard. Jerry LaPlante is a zebra. I believe this is like a spy science fiction crossover. He turns into the Hawk. He's like, yeah, 007 mixed with the Incredible Hulk. Thought it looked pretty schlocky. We got a Dr. Death by Zorro. We went for the cheaper kind of discolored cover because the rest of them were like $80. We got this one for $20. So that's pretty cool, even with the markings on it. Still an amazing cover. Got a Jim Thompson here. Black Lizard. Savage Knight. They had some of his originals, but, you know, they were pricey. This one was $8. My wife about blew a gasket when she found this. I'm not sure what it is. It's a cult fiction series. Dion Fortune. Mistress of Ritual Magic. Moon Magic. You know what? Should have got these out. Hold on. These have great covers to them. So this is the whole series. So we got Moon Magic. The Winged Bull. Yeah, she knew exactly what this was. She about flipped it. She about flipped her wig. And what's cool is there was a older gentleman selling them, and he knew what they were too, and he was just like, yes, this is the greatest thing. They had a moment. I wish I would have been recording it, because it was really cool to see her and this old guy flip out about this. The Sea Priestess. The Demon Lover. Demon Lover. It's a Shocking Blue song, right? They let's hold it with one hand. See, that was cool. So I guess they were like, it's 50. There's 5 of them. They're $10 a piece. I got a bunch of Monarchs on our way, on our Monarch collection, in Savage Surrender, Whitman Chambers, Sugar and Spice, and Every Vice. That's what she was made of. Some sailing sleeves here. I got a zebra that I was missing of the Robert E. Howard series, The Vultures of Wapeton. I was hoping they would have the iron, I forget what it's called, the iron one, the boxing stories, but no one had it. So we got one that we were missing. The Miss from Sis. She's the swainest secret agent that ever changed into something more comfortable than a trench coat. Yeah. The Miss from Sis. The Venus Spy Trap. Excellent. And an affordable Manning Cole's The Fifth Man. Spy fiction. We got a lot of spy stuff. Agent Without Portfolio. Halo for Satan by John Evans. Murder Was Cheap for $25 million. So, Bantam. The Vault of Horror. Valentine. This is a comic in the form of paperback. They print it sideways. It's kind of awkward. I wasn't a fan, but this is one of my wife's picks. Here, you know what? I'll show you real fast. So the comic, you read it like this. So it's kind of awkward. And what's weird is when they print it, they cram it in the margins here. No, they leave the margin open. They cram it right here. Why? Why would you print it like that? Look at all this room down here. Move it out. Anyway, still beautiful. Another one of my wife's books. She loves Hellboy. So she got Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. They had the first ones, but they were a bit more pricey. So that was a cheaper one. Here's that Jack Kerouac on the road, or Dharma Bums from the video. My wife goes, Yeah, that's what you're getting? This was my favorite Jack Kerouac book when I went through my Jack Kerouac period. Or era, as they say now. My Jack Kerouac era. It's another monarch. Oh man, I thought this was gonna, look at that. The sharks, plane crashing in the ocean. But this is like true stories. I didn't realize that. It's alright. Maybe it's still good. I hope, you know, I'm assuming they tell it in like a fictional account, fictional way. I hope, anyway. Here's one I've always wanted. The Amboy Dukes. Irving Schulman. It is revised and edited. I didn't realize that till I got it home, but this is a juvenile delinquent book. And the Amboy Dukes is Ted Nugent's 60s garage rock band. If you've never heard them, go listen to them, man. They're awesome. Excited to get that. Got Michael Avalone, Ed Noon. This is Curtis books. Super Swinging Private Dick. Fawcett Gold Medal, My Mistress Death, Robert Spafford. They were sisters, these women in the streamlined cars with death at any curve. So I got this because it had the racing theme going on. Thought that was kind of different. So I wanted to check it out. Yeah, I mean, there was just so many. There was so many books. It was actually really overwhelming to the point where if I walked into a bookstore and I seen these books, oh man, I would look at every one and read every back, every synopsis. But there were so many that it was impossible. It was overwhelming to where you didn't read every back. You couldn't. So you just kind of, I don't know, grabbed the thing that stuck out the most to you at an initial glance. So here we got Christopher Lee's Treasury of Terror. It's another one of my wife's picks. This is another comic where it's flipped, where they cram it in the middle. I like that drawing of them. Here's an inexpensive one that I got. Vampires of Night World, David Bischoff. Thought it looked kind of fun, I don't know. See, I didn't get too many of the cheapies because I didn't drive 4 hours to pick up a bunch of dollar books. And there was a bunch, but I don't know. It's hard to explain unless you're there, but it's so overwhelming that your mind is kind of rattled. Like you think you're making good decisions. Am I making good decisions? Am I just grabbing stuff? I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. So here's a good one. The name is Jordan. Scott Jordan, lawyer and private eye, up to his ears in dames and danger. I like that he was a lawyer and a private eye. I think that's what stood out to me. I like the racy cover too. Whose signature is that? I don't know, I can't read it. I don't know if I'll have time to put it up there, so maybe someone watching will just tell me. There's another racy one. Lady Cop. Her beat was Sin Street. Her body was bait. It's a beacon. There was so much sleaze there. So much. And I don't know, I like when they have the crime, it overlaps into the crime world. I can't, it's hard for me just to buy a sleaze book because they're never that, they're not up to the times in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? But this is the real story of a policewoman, as you can tell. Classy stuff. Ooh, here was one that I was on my list at the top. A Chester Himes, Coffin Ed Johnson, and Gravedigger Jones novel. This is, I guess, kind of blaxploitation, but... So Chester Himes was a African-American author, and he wrote this crime stuff back in the 50s or 60s, I don't know. I can't remember right now. So yeah, man, too cool. There was more, but they were, very expensive, kind of sought after. But this is the one I got. I'm very happy with it. The Case of the Mexican Knife. Obviously, my wife was like, you need this one. She thought it was funny. He's got a Cortez tattoo there. So yeah, I don't know. Should be good though. We like Mexican things. Here's another inexpensive one. Beware the Beast. They dared invade the beast's realm and saw things no human should ever see. Some of them even came back, seemingly alive. So it's like a sci-fi horror crossover. I've noticed that when they have artwork like this, these sci-fi books, they are horror edged, horror tinted. So we got this Ray Garton Darklings. I think he's most famous for writing that vampire novel. I can't remember what it is now. So yeah, we got 80s horror. They did have some. They weren't too badly priced either. This was a cheaper one. I have some others of the series. The Adventures of the Empire Princess by Graham Diamond. Look at that. Look at that cover. Tell me you don't want to read that thing. Read, people, read. Dirty fuckers. Here's one you guys will appreciate. The Lady from Lust, #1. Rod Gray, Gardner F. Fox. The world's sexiest spy. When this lady tracks you down, it's a pleasure to be caught. All right. Hell yeah, #1 lady from Lust. Overkill, a novel by Norman Daniels. Super secret agent John Keith stakes his life in a deadly game of espionage and foreign intrigue. Pretty generic there. I mean, that could be the top of any spy book. I like that cover. I think it was affordable. Oh, he's an agent of ape. Yeah, so that one guy that I was talking to about the Conan paperback, he had a bunch of these acronym spy books. He had a ton of spy books. But this one is a kind of a joke. C.C. McCap. It's the author of Bum Cider, which we will be tackling maybe sometime in the future. I don't know. You have to stay tuned for all the Eames exclusive news. Very excited to find the novelization of Night of the Living Dead. John Russo. I did not know that he co-wrote this with George Romero. The screenplay, anyway. This was awesome. How much did we pay? We paid $24. Some people had it at like $60. So, definitely when you go, look around at every dealer before you buy anything. 'Cause some people will have it for triple what others will. Hell yes. It's one of mine. Young Frankenstein novelization. How can you do a novelization of a parody movie like this? I don't know. We're going to see how it turns out, but I absolutely love Young Frankenstein. Malco, International Secret Agent Extraordinary. What does that say? International Secret Agent Extraordinary. Well, that doesn't make sense, does it? Operation New York. Kind of looks like the original Starbuck. Or Face from the A-Team. I forget the actor's name. Lots of spy stuff. I got this one, Murder for Many Faces by William Grew. William Grew. Because it's a graphic. And I had one that I showed a couple hauls ago as a Western. So I don't know, just publishers that I don't see too often I think are exciting. And it just looks good too. Looks tough and gritty. Got a Raymond Chandler Fingerman. I liked the cover. I don't have any older Raymond Chandlers, so I believe this is another one that's abridged. Right? No, this one isn't. Okay, cool. Here's another Robert E. Howard I didn't have. Skull Face. It says the fold-out poster. The Fantasy Master's most terrifying creation. The ultimate horror from the bottom of time. Sure. You want to see the poster? Okay. That one's tight. This is the Berkeley series. I have a few of these. I don't have them all. I think I have like four of them. Tear that out, hang it on the wall. What do you guys think? Excellent. We'll put that back in the bag later. Let's try and get through these before the fan kicks on again. Here is a Robert Silverberg pseudonym sleaze novel. The Sin Juan Hotel was for only the depraved. It's leisure. What was cool is during the Bob Dice's and Wyatt Doyle's talk, the previous night they talked about Robert Silverberg's sleaze pseudonyms, and then the next day, armed with that knowledge, I found one. So how cool is that? I immediately learned something and profited from it. Thank you, fellas. This is one of my wife's. Tanith Lee, Red as Blood, or Tales from the Sisters Grimmer. This is alternative fairy tales. Which, you know that, what's the book, Wicked? That guy didn't invent this. That's what this is. Basically, it takes the characters and it flips them. Flips the morality. What if Snow White were the real villain? So check that out. I didn't know that. Realize that this had already been done. And that Wicked was just a stolen idea. Who knew? Got this cool gothic, Dorothy Daniels, the Maya Temple. We got it because it's Mayan. Mexican thingies. Love it. I love that cover, man. Oh, that looks cool. Gothic with the Mayan backdrop. Yeah. Vigilante, Chicago. Knock, knock, you're dead. By V.J. Santiago. He's more ruthless than the executioner, more vengeful than Death Wish. Cool men's adventure. Anti-hero. Kingdom of the Spiders. Look at Shatner. When I bought this, the guy was like, "What is this?" I said, "It's a movie. It has Captain Kirk." And he was like, "Oh, I'd never heard of it." Which kind of blew my mind. And I was like, "Yeah, man, you should check it out. It's got Captain Kirk and the bluest, tightest blue jeans you've ever seen." And he walks like this because they're so tight. Fun B movie. Got a Lion's Books here. He ran all the way. Sam Ross. Lion Books number 19. Hell yeah. A killer and a redhead share 72 intimate hours. Got another Monarch here. Juicetown. Dino and girls, graft, and greed were big business in Juicetown. This one's very off-center. Even on the inside, the words are printed like right at the edge. And there's a big space down at the bottom. It's okay though. I'm so happy to be finding these other Monarchs that aren't the sci-fi and the horror. I got like a bunch of them. The Mask of Cthulhu, August Derleth. It's one of my wife's. I think she enjoyed the cover. This is a console. That's a new one to me. It's from the UK, that's why. That was $24. Yeah, these are expensive books, and this is the most expensive book we bought. Oh, it's beautiful. I seen this the first day, and I told my wife, I said, "Oh my God, they got that copy of The Lurking Fear, that Avon copy." And I was like, "But it's $50. Next day, towards the end, I walked back over there, and my wife was in the area, and I asked the lady, and I looked in the box, and it was gone, and I was like, "Oh, did you sell that Lurking Fear?" And she's like, "Yeah, she bought it," and she pointed to my wife. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So then we didn't have to have that discussion, because she took it into her own hands. It's all right. I'm very happy about it. That's beautiful. Cry Horror. This is the exact same book, just a different edition. It's even an Avon. It's okay. We collect HPs. Got a relatively inexpensive Mike Shane, Blood on Stars. I like these little ones from this era. Got this werewolf book with a Wallace and Gromit werewolf cover here. Apparently this was made into a movie. The Undying Monster. Oh, that's good. I got another werewolf book. This is the Centaur. Oops, sorry. This is the Centaur books. Decided I'm gonna try and find some more of these. I like these. I got a few. There's a couple sitting in this box, and this guy was just gone. And I was like, I want these books, anyone? And he just never came back. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll move on. This was my most expensive buy. This was $30. The Gang Girls. This is a Monarch, Juvenile Delinquent, Lady Gang. The Panther Debs, the toughest girl gang in Brooklyn. Oh shit, that's awesome, dude. God, that's awesome. Oh, it's beautiful. Now, this is the equally priced. $30. Another Monarch, The Witch House. Oh my God, that's amazing. So yeah, as you can see, we didn't skimp on this time, on this round, like I usually do. We threw down some bucks. But you know, it's like you don't see this stuff ever. Here's another Monarch, an earlier one. It's 164, Rage of Desire. Oh, get it in the shot. So this is a Sleaze, Clayton Matthews. I need to get me a list going of all the Monarchs. It's a hard publication to look up, to just Google. Got, oh, this is the next one. No, it's the previous one. This is 163 Monarch. This Violent Land. Ah, shit, there goes a fan. You know what? I'm just going to keep going. We got to get this done. I got work to do. This is definitely the, oh, God, I can't remember. The Bruno Fisher cover. They totally ripped that off. I'll post it. I'll leave it right there. Yeah, absolutely. I got an older edition of an assignment that I needed. Assignment Helene. This is another werewolf. Wereknight, Eric Iverson. This is like a sword and sorcery with werewolves. And the quest continues. I'm very excited to find something I didn't even know existed. The Golden Child novelization. I love The Golden Child. I know that it's like not considered one of Eddie Murphy's better movies, but man, it made such an impression on me when I was a kid. It had the occult, the horror stuff, the Eastern religion, like there's just so much awesome about this movie, and it has Eddie Murphy. It's so good. Like it's one of his best. I don't care what anyone says. So, super stoked. The Golden Child. Finally got a cool pan with the yellow box. John Ross McDonald. The Way Some People Die. The Way Some People Die. It's a Yola Tango song. Look it up. So yeah, pan, UK. Oh man, you can't see that. Got this inappropriately, the Chinese Pleasure Girl. Jack Seward. Kurt Stone doesn't like or dislike people. If they don't get in his way, he lets them go on living. Because he's fucking tough as nails. His name's Stone. Oh, I guess he's hard as a rock, is what I should have said. Tower, that's a tower. And another silly acronym, the man from Stud. Brett Steele meets the girl from Willing in Tool of the Trade. My wife got this, Dean R. Koontz, The Vision. And she just really liked that cover. I believe this is our first Dean R. Koontz book. Oh, besides that, that laser book I got, where he wrote it under a pseudonym. Here is the Zachary Midnight Snack. Zachary is a horror host, according to my beloved wife, who knows all kinds of cool stuff. I'd never heard of it. There it is. She knew what it was. A Place of Demons. Heinrich Garot tries to Ben Camden's most dangerous encounter with the forces of evil as he tries to defeat a malevolently vengeful demon on its own terms. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see, then she got some horror digests, magazine of horror. So I don't know much about this stuff. Beyond Death. Pocket Chiller. I think this is the Australian one. She kept saying, it's from Australia. It's from Australia. Bug-Eyed Monsters. It's a short story collection edited by Bill Pronzini and Barry Malzberg. That's interesting. Here's another magazine of horror. What else? Here's her comics magazine, more magazines. She got a House of Mystery. Got some Black Roses vibes going on that one. House of Mystery. You guys ever seen Black Roses? Excellent B horror movie about a demon band who terrorizes this town. It's a magazine. Ghoul Tales. Corpse in the Coffin. And we got a Nightmare. What else we got? Oh, this was very, very, very affordable. Because you're like, why are you into Pulpfest and you bought a reissue? Look, man, it's got a Sailor Steve Costigan story. And I wanted it, okay? Like I said, I love those fight stories. Boxing pulps. Pulps are expensive. So wife got a couple, little bit, some artwork. Virgil Finlay. I think it goes like this. Cool, I think she's gonna frame it, put it up in our new house. Some movie posters. And then here's what we got for free. It's Loverboy. You know what? I haven't even stopped and look and see what this is yet. Erwin Hassan story. So, I don't know. It's like a comic. So, I have no idea. But it was cool. It's cool. It's free. A little Loverboy there. And then the issue of the Pulpster that you get when you go to Pulpfest. Spices. 90 sizzling gears. All kinds of articles, advertisements for other stuff like Pulpfest. Very awesome. Great experience. I loved it. You should go. And that is going to be the end of the video for today. It's super long. I can't believe you watched this whole thing. I have shirts to print, so I got to go. Like, subscribe, yada, yada, yada.